Hi, I'm Dan Schwartz, soil scientist with the Northern Virginia Soil and Water Conservation District. Today we're here in the town of Herndon with Marcia and Al. They called our office for help with a potential conservation assistance program project. And I just wanted to see what you guys were hoping to do here.
Our main goal is to stop the river of water that is flowing from our buildings' roofs and from the ground down the driveway into the street and into the storm drains.
So you're looking to put in a permeable driveway?
Yeah,
All right.
because the asphalt isn't doing the trick. It will not absorb the water. It'll leave it much longer, the cracks move.
Well, if you're looking to put in something like a permeable paving project, a rain garden, an infiltration trench, a dry well, really any sort of project that will take surface water and get it to soak into the ground, the first thing that you need to do is find out if you have suitable soil. There's a couple ways of doing this. So for instance, you can't have soil that has groundwater or bedrock that's too close to the surface. Now that's something that the typical homeowner can't really figure out for themselves. That's something that we as Conservation District staff will help you find out. However, if your soil does look like it's suitable, what you will have to do before determining if your soil is suitable for that permeable paving project, that rain garden, that dry well, you have to take what's called an infiltration test, which is a simple test to see how quickly water soaks down into the ground. Now, in order to do an infiltration test, you're going to need a couple pretty basic tools. The first thing you need is something to dig a hole that's at least 12 to 18 inches deep and at least 4 to 6 inches wide. The ideal tool for this is a post hole digger, but if you don't have one of those, a shovel will work just fine. You need something in order to take simple measurements of how quickly the water dissipates down into the ground. This means you have to have some sort of measuring tape. You need a flat stick, ideally something like a meter stick or a yardstick to lay across the top of the tool. And you need some pencil and paper in order to take down your measurements. Now it's time to start digging our hole. We want to go down at least 12 to 18 inches deep. But remember, before you start digging in your property, always call Miss Utility first to get your lines marked. This takes about 3 business days, so make sure you account for that in your schedule. All right, now we've got our hole dug. The next thing to do is what we call the pre-soak. This means filling the hole up with water and letting that water completely drain out. If the water all drains out within an hour, fill it up again and repeat the pre-soak process. After you've done the pre-soak and all the water has absorbed into the ground, now it's time to take your actual infiltration measurements. So what you're going to do is fill the hole back up with water again. Then you're going to take a flat piece of wood. I'm using a yardstick, but you can use just a regular stick. You can use an extra piece of lumber, anything that works for you. Lay it across the top of the hole. Make sure it's there good and steady because you want it to stay in the same place for the rest of the test. And then you're going to use your tape measure to measure the distance from your stick to the surface of the water. This will be your first infiltration measurement. All right, so we took our first measurement. After that, you want to wait an hour until you take your next measurement. It's been about an hour, so let's see where our water is now. Well, it looks like we're right at 7 inches. So we can record our second hour's time and also the depth that we just found. And we're going to repeat this for a total of 5 measurements over 4 hours. So after you got 4 hours worth of data, you are done with your test. You can send your results to us at the Conservation District, and what we'll do is measure the drop in inches from hour to hour and then calculate your infiltration rate as inches per hour. What we do to find the final infiltration rate is we either take the slowest measurement that you found, or we look to see if there's a steady state rate, which is a consistent drop in water from hour to hour. Here, on the last 2 hours of the test, the water dropped at 0.75 inches per hour. We're going to use that as our final rate. Well, that is how you take a very simple infiltration rate test of your soil. Send the data to us. We will calculate your final infiltration rate and let you know if the project you're thinking of is possible, if your soil is suitable for what you are intending.